What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Chefscott, back in the kitchen. Today we're going to be going over the Lightblade Grandmaster. We got a pretty good strat here, and we'll get you through this thing so that you can get your guild on. But one of the harder GMs, and I hope that you like the content. Please give me a like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this build and loadout. Alright, let's get into my loadout. So I'll be using my Ultimate GM Shadebinder Warlock. All of our abilities will be just like the video that you'll see above. I'm going to have Cold Snap. Aspects, I have Ice Flare Bolts, so we get the Tracers, and we've got Bleak Watcher, so we can lock down areas for a long period of time. Fragments, we've got Whisper of Fissures, we're going to have Whisper of Torment, we're going to have Whisper of Chains, and Whisper of Durance. Feel free to pause on those if you aren't familiar with those fragments. Alright, my weapon loadout is going to be the Perseus D. I really like my shoot to loot explosive payload. Does a great job. I've got my trusty Enigma, one of my favorite weapons. And then of course we'll have the Gallowhorn, one of the strongest power weapons, and just great ad clear. As far as armor mods, I'll be running a charge with light build. I'm going to have Shield Break, Kinetic Sniping, I'll have a Rocket Finder, and then I'm pushing all of my stats to Grenade. Alright, exotic piece, we're going to have the Osteomancy Gloves. We get that extra Cold Snap, and we get the additional grenade energy when we get hits. I'll have Unstoppable Glaive, Anti-Barrier Scout, and Taking Charge. For my chest piece, I'm going to have Arc Resist, I'm going to have Concussive Dampener, I'm going to have Thermoshock Plating, and I'll have Reactive Pulse. I highly suggest you run those arc mods because the arc damage in this one is ridiculous. For legs, I have Firepower, a Rocket Scav, Recuperation, and some additional discipline. And then on my class item, I'm going to have Energy Vampirism, a Bomber, I'm going to have Suppressing Glaive, and of course, some more grenade energy. Overall, this particular loadout is extremely strong. I have guilded, and I've run this loadout through every single GM. Alright, the rest of my team, I'm going to have a Chaos Reach Warlock. We've got a Trinity Ghoul with Blinding Grenades, and he's running Aeon Souls. Aeon Souls is nice with Lucent Finisher because you get 2 bricks. And then we've got a Hunter that's got Arbalist. He's got an Insidious and a Hothead, and he's running Orpheus Rigs. Overall, extremely great synergy here, and the Trinity Ghoul is not to be slept on, and you will see why in a lot of the areas where Trinity Ghoul just keeps us alive and makes this a lot easier. So as you get into the strike at first, just go ahead and slap the boss a couple times and he'll go away. And then you can just start slapping out your turrets and start taking care of the ads. Watch out for the arc shielded boomers and the anti-barriers because they do hit really hard. Again, arc damage is 50% increased incoming for this particular one. So just be mindful of that. But other than that, just kind of progress your way through here. It's pretty straightforward, and then once you get everything down, then you can progress into the next room, which is going to be really the first challenge of the GM. This intro part's not especially horrible. All right, now that you got that first area cleaned up, we're going to move into the second area. I'm going to lead off with a couple of rockets to get rid of the witches and acolytes at the door, just to make it a little easier. No worries about heavy. You're going to get a lot of heavy throughout this whole room. The best strat here is to lock down everything in the middle with a turret and then deal with the light hive first. The Lucent Hive is going to be extremely difficult to deal with because they have an extremely strong super that one-taps you, their grenades one-tap you. I'm just going to focus on suppressing them with my glaive. Here's a good representation of what the glaive can do. I just shielded myself from his super, which is extremely nice when you get into a tough spot. But the suppression on the glaive just keeps those knights at bay. And what we'll just do is just get him down and then send over our Aeon Soul. He'll finish everything off, and then we'll get bricks for the finish and bricks for the ghost as well. So just tons and tons of heavy. The nice thing about the Lucent Hive as well, those ghosts give you 3 revives, whereas the champion just gives you 1. So just helps you to really keep life up as you're going to be encountering those Lucent Hive quite a bit in this particular GM. Alright, you got the Lucent Hive down, and now you have 2 barriers to deal with. When you kill the first barrier, then you have about 8 seconds, I believe, before another Lucent Hive spawns in, and you'll have to deal with him, and then you'll have another anti-bear to deal with, and then yet another Lucent Hive. So just kind of take them in tandem. Once you kill that first anti-barrier, I highly suggest you just move back to the entrance, and then that way you can deal with the Lucent Hive that spawns in with a bunch of Thrall and 2 shielded Arc Knights. This is where you want to be using supers and just really laying them out, and that way you don't have to kind of stress about it, and you can progress through this area. Overall, you should be able to get through this room in about 6 minutes. You can do it a little faster, but it just depends on how those particular knights and champions kind of set themselves in the room. Sometimes if they're all up in the upper ledges, it can take a little longer to kind of squirrel them out, but other than that, pretty easy. And then after this, you move on to the boat section. And throughout the rest of this room, you can really see how strong this Shadebinder Warlock build really is. I mean, you're locking down pretty much every champion and all of the ads, so you're not getting rushed on. Your super is extremely tanky too, so when you get into a position where maybe you're the last guardian, you can pop your super and tank quite a bit to get yourself a res, or to take out the last final guy or something. But overall, extremely strong. Really makes this GM really manageable. Just lay down turrets. If you're getting rushed on, lay down a cold snap so you can really get out of that situation, and utilize the suppression on the glaive. It'll lock down enemies, it'll keep the hive supers from going on, and overall it's pretty easy. Alright, now you've hit the boat section, and what you want to do is just take care of 2 barriers that are at the top. Most of the time for us, they actually fall off. You still get credit for killing them, so don't worry about that. You'll get your platinum, but just kind of interesting. But if not, just kill them. You'll see here on the boat section, the Trinity Ghoul just does so great. Cleans up all the ledges. You don't have to worry about any of the ads, and then we're just going to shoot the Shriekers down with rockets. Once you get to the end here where the door is, then you're going to have 2 Lucent Knights, 1 on each side. Just work with those as a team. Get them down. If you need some heavy, this is a nice time for another finish, and then you can progress on to the next boat section, which will run a little bit different. On this one, we jump off the boat, and then we just jump along the edges and clean stuff up as we go. It just makes it a little easier, so you're not having to quickly worry about witches, and then shriekers, and then more witches, and then acolytes from the side. It just progresses a lot easier that way, and that way you're not wasting lives on silly deaths. Alright, so from here we're going to jump on the boat again. We'll clean off the first witch with a galley. That gets rid of that first bridge, and then at this bridge is when we'll jump off, and then clean up shriekers, and then start working ourselves across the other way. You'll see here that one of our partners did not get off the boat, and of course he will die, so we'll have to grab him, but just stay together as a team and progress down the right side, and you'll be in good shape. Alright, when you get to the end of this little platforming area, there'll be a little portal that you'll jump in that'll take you to where the ship is. When you jump in there, just go ahead and throw a turret up on the boat, and then let the Trinity Ghoul user just kind of go ham. You definitely want to make sure that going into the section after this, he does have the lightning rod active, so that when you're running through the kind of slowdown area, that he is going to be your savior. Okay, now the next part can be a little annoying, but with this particular loadout, you guys will be just fine. The goal of this particular encounter is to get to the end of the little gauntlet here. Weight of Darkness is going to prevent you from sprinting and from jumping. And use that Trinity Ghoul. That is going to be your friend. Trinity Ghoul is going to be able to keep all the squeebs off of you, keep the ads down, while the other 2 are looking forward to clean up moths. The Trinity Ghoul guy is constantly on a swivel, looking behind, looking in front, and then that way we are just slowly progressing through. Don't be afraid to use a super here to stay alive, and you'll see here that we all kind of use some supers throughout, but once you get to the end, then the weight of darkness is lifted and you can progress through. If you happen to have someone go down and you just can't get that res, just get to the end, and then after you get to the end, the weight of darkness will be gone and you can run back for that res. But overall, if you just focus on Trinity Ghoul taking everything out and the other two people cleaning up moths, you should get through this pretty easily with only a couple of deaths. You also do have the Hunter that has invisibility in his pocket as well, so you've got some versatile tools. Use your Cold Snap Grenade when you can, but overall, don't worry about deaths, just stay calm, and we'll get through this, and we'll head on to the boss fight, which is pretty difficult and can be chaotic, but good thing for us, we do have a little boss cheese. Okay, so we are through the gauntlet, and we are going to go ahead and just progress ourselves through here, where you'll have 3 Unstoppables and some Scorn to deal with, 2 big Ogre Knights, and then a couple of Shriekers. So just progress through, make sure you're getting those moths, because they will kill you. Get some turrets up there to slow things down, kill the Scorn. We usually stay up in the top of the cave, and we will kill the 2 big Knights, all of the adds, and then make the boss go away, and then we will try and finish those last 2 Unstoppables for some additional heavy, so we're all going in full. Same thing as the start, if you just shoot the boss enough, he will just go away. Other than that, this one's pretty easy, and then we'll get into the boss fight. Alright, you've made it to the boss. Now let's go over how to beat this guy pretty easily. So this particular boss fight is just a big circular room, and you've basically got 3 phases to deal with. You'll damage the boss down a third, and then he'll put up a shield and be immune, and he spawns in a Lucent Knight and 2 Arc Shielded Knights in the middle. You want to get that Lucent Knight down first, and then get the Arc Shielded Knights down. When the 2 Arc Shielded Knights are down, then 2 barriers will spawn on the upper rims. You just want to make sure that you've got turrets out and available, and you want to make sure that you guys are spread out. Now, for the easiest boss cheese in the world, you kind of watch and see what my teammate's doing, but you're going to want to have one person take the aggro, and this jump back and forth. When the boss jumps to the middle, he jumps back. When he jumps up top, you jump to the middle. And if you just continually do that, he will just stay in that loop and not shoot his vicious arc attack, and you can just continually damage him and get him down to each phase, which is extremely nice. A little cheesy, but this is by far the easiest thing. It keeps the boss at bay, and you guys can progress through. Alright, well, we're almost to that first immunity phase, and what will happen then is he will spawn those 3 knights right on that center platform. 2 Arc Shielded Knights and 1 Lucent Hive. You want to melt them as fast as possible, so slap some tethers down, pull your Chaos Reach out, and then try and get a finisher off if you can on the Lucent Knight so you can have some additional heavy. Alright, and then once you get those 3 knights down, then you're going to have 2 barrier champions that spawn up top, and then the boss will continue his attacking and roaming. So you're going to want to make sure that you kind of spread out, work on one champion at a time as a team. Sometimes you can have a member of the team kind of distract the boss while the other two are working on the barriers, but you want to make sure you get those down, and any adds that are up top as well, because they will be very problematic for you. If you get a death here before the last night like that, just get the res before you kill that last night, because nothing else will spawn before that night is down. Once you get that night down and those barriers down, you can focus on the boss. You can have someone start doing their cheese again on the boss so that you guys can do damage. And then it's just rinse and repeat. Just 2 more times of that, and it's the exact same cycle. Well, other than that, Guardians, good hunting to you. I wish you good luck, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll let the rest of this boss room play out for itself. Good hunting, Guardians. Finish him if you can. Yeah, I got it.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
You're about to be up, so just be ready. Yep. You're up. Yeah. I'm just trying to... He's coming back for you. Okay, get the hell out of there. Okay, barriers far left. Good stuff. Okay, boss damage now. We'll get back to doing your bouncy bounce with him. Get out of there, Sky. We got knights spawned in on us. I'm good. Get out of there. I got this guy frozen. Good stuff. Oh, I got stuck above the boss. It's good though. He's coming to you guys. Run around the circle. Towards me. Okay, one person can come to me now. He's here. Okay, there. He's jumping up. Get out of there. God damn it. I got farmed. It's fine. Are you good? Careful, the champ's right on top of you. Okay, now you can get me. Okay, I'm getting the fudge out of here. I'm going to the other side. God damn it, why does he go after me? Sky, you can come grab me. Okay. I'm just killing it, because I just killed it because we had plenty of ammo. Nice. Good shit, good shit. Okay, we're good. Just split up so he doesn't... Okay, here they come. I got them frozen in the middle. Tether that warrior. I suppressed him. He's finishable.
Guardian down.
I'll get you on the way back around. Two champs just appeared. I got the one frozen here. I'm just gonna kill it.
Guardian down.
Okay, I killed one champ. Yeah, I'm almost dead. I have to get out of there. Sorry, too late. Where is boss? Oh, he's over there. Oh, I got a heavy brick on the ground. God, Jesus Christ. Good shit, boys. Good shit.